Hello, I'm Richard.
And I'm Alex.
And together,
we're the Slow Mo Boys.
Just kidding, we're Tribute to Mark. We're just going to do this video just to introduce ourselves just a little bit more.
So, as most of you know, we are on our way to becoming famous with our new album. Almost famous. But now what's missing is you guys. So we're taking on this journey with us. We're going to talk about countless hours that we put into this, where our inspiration came from, the things we liked, the things that made us laugh along the way.
You know what thing I like?
What?
You.
So we're gonna talk about, start off with the guitars that we like, So start with Richard.
Okay, so it's quite an interesting story with me actually. I'm a big Stratocaster fan, so if you're a guitarist, you know what that is. We don't have one in the background, unfortunately, but it's the generic sort of Fender guitar. But oddly, I bought two Jaguars after my first Stratocaster, which I love deeply, and they're very sexy. But yeah, I'm mainly a sort of electric guitar player. I like a bit of bass as well. Yeah. What about you, Alex?
I started off with, as everyone knows, the Star Maker. The Star Maker, made in Taiwan.
Nice.
For my 12th Christmas birthday present.
Oh wow.
Customised it along the way through the emo phase with the red and black tape, just to let everyone know that I was super emo. Then through my cool phase, and I thought it'd be cool to rip out the guitar and just have the bare acoustic nature of the wood. That was when I was in my sort of now hipster phase. Then I dismantled it and spray painted it white, pretended it hummed along for a while. But after that, I just like guitars that are a bit weird, a bit different. So the Jazzmaster, my pride and joy behind me, bought that off student loan because that's what it's used for. And then the Bass 6 that came along and inherited a few guitars along the way. But I just want anything that's a bit different, really.
Yeah. Bass 6 has been quite a wonderful guitar to.
Yeah, I think the Bass 6 was the first guitar we had that was a tribute to Mark guitar.
Yeah,
because it was
the foundation there.
Yeah, because it was just so 80s, and everything you play on it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't know if it's a guitar or a bass, but we were just there like, imagine if we played this riff on a Bass 6, and I think like Red Dragon, that's pretty much where Red Dragon came from, because we thought, let's just play this on a Bass 6 and we'll shake it up, see what it sounds like. And it sounded horrible on a Bass 6. That's why we don't actually use it for recording. But without it, I think we'd be a very different band.
Yeah, definitely. Agree on that one. Yeah, let's move on to inspiration. So like band influences, maybe. So I'm going to open up with I'm a big Blink-182 fan. Since the first time I listened to them, I've been a big fan of them since then. I'm all-time favourite band, but they're not my favourite band at the moment. You know, they're just the ones that are.
I think it's the band that brings back the most memories.
Yeah, the good memories.
I think there's not a car journey you can go down that you can't bring out the Blink-182 one.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
Just sing every single word back to it, and I think that'll be very iconic. Yeah. But whether or not that's the best band of all time.
Oh yeah, it's not best band of all time, but they're my personal favourite of all time.
Yeah, I think seeing them at Reading was one of my sort of life accomplishments. I was pleased I saw.
I wish I would have saw them. There's also I'm a big sucker for the 80s cheesy music or non-cheesy. You know, I can put an Aha Take On Me all day long. I can put some Joy Division on, The Cure, you name it. And then I've also got I love everything, to be fair. So even Coldplay, you know, stuff like that. I love that.
Yeah, like I think it shows in the music. Like, I mean, a few of the guitars we bought there as well that really added to the sound. We've both got chorus pedals that we use pretty much throughout the whole album. Yeah. And I think the sound is pretty 80s from that. Like the Bass 6, there's not much that the Cure plays that isn't recorded with the Bass 6 in the background. And I think when you add that in, you can't help but get this 80s vibe from it.
Yeah.
But like in our first song on the album, how we met, that is genuinely how we met. I met Richard when we were about 15, I'd say, maybe 16.
Half naked.
Yeah, half naked.
More than half naked.
In a swimming pool. We both knew Mark, which is obviously where the name comes from. and we used to go diving, we used to go swimming, just being a dickhead around the swimming pool really.
Yeah.
And then genuinely for the first, we started a band together. I was drumming, Richard was frontman and playing guitar. But if we were left in a room like this, it would be absolutely silent. There was times where I'd be sat around Richard's house and be like, who is he? Like, literally, who is this guy? What I don't know what to say to him. I don't know what to. Just sort of stuck. And I think without Mark, we were really, really lost.
Yeah. I'm surprised we actually got this far.
Yeah, because the amount of times that we'd just be sat in deafening silence, or if we were rehearsing band, it was a bit weird because we would sort of look at it when we're in a band, I don't really know who you are and stuff like that. But then over the years, we just slowly moulded.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we had a lot more in common than we initially thought.
Yeah. I still think we'd be lost without Mark. But somehow we've just decided to become friends. So we know for our own. I don't think anyone can be blamed for that. It's just one of those accidents in life.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, do you want to quickly go over your inspirations in the band?
My inspiration was actually very similar. I think most of the time we listened to Smashing Pumpkins or
Smashing Pumpkins.
Joy Division, that sort of 80s. I mean, I think I'm more sort of pushing into those 90s, that grunge. I think every song I've ever wrote in my head, I'm Noel Gallagher playing to Wembley or whatever, and I think I'm sort of more in the 90s than maybe Richard is, but it sort of leads to some really happy coincidences, like loads of songs that didn't make it onto the album, or like one of the the chorus to Goodbye Sunset used to be completely different.
Yeah,
and
I still love it.
And all I had in my head was the How You Remind Me Nickelback. They're like, this is and just like sort of like growling your voice out. I mean, in my eyes, I'm so thankful I never made it onto the album. But yeah. So I've got pretty much every douchebag music genre I'll listen to. But yeah, a few of them snuck on. Yeah, a few of them made it on. But yeah, so
we've got the biggest inspiration of them all.
Stag guitars.
I mean, that's probably second.
Stag, if you're watching, we will get sponsored by you, please. But only you.
Custom guitars and everything.
Thank you. Get in touch. Our people will be in touch with your people.
But what's number one?
Number one?
Yeah. The number one inspiration towards us. This is both of our inspirations. I'll give you a clue, would be lost without him.
Lost without him?
Yes, you've referenced it twice about being lost without him in this little video.
No.
No idea?
No.
Your dad? No, Mark. Yeah, Mark.
Honestly, genuinely, he has got. We'll definitely get Mark playing with us because there are some absolute hidden gems. Like, if you ever, there's one video of us when we used to play the 3-piece band up on YouTube, and he's playing Sky High, and that I think would fit perfectly into where we are now.
Yeah.
It's genuinely a really, really good song. I remember being 16, 17, and that was a song that everyone was singing before and after the gigs. We used to rehearse in my room with a drum kit out, and like you'd hear my sister walking around the house going. But honestly, that is a song that we'll treat you to, definitely.
Yeah.
But and I think we'd be nothing without Mark.
Yeah.
Literally nothing.
Mark, if you're watching this, we love you to bits.
Bits.
100% for sure.
But yeah, like I think a lot of people ask us about Mark, and he is still alive and well for those sick-minded individuals that think that something's happened to him. And I dare say, I don't think there'll be a gig that we perform where Mark isn't there, and Mark isn't at least on stage. And hopefully, cross fingers, you'll start to see Mark playing a few more instruments, singing a few more songs. He really is the third member of this duo.
Yeah. I mean, if there's just that situation where you can't make it, we'll just get a life-size cardboard cutout album.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a 5 foot tall realistic height. I'm joking, we love you.
4'11".
Yeah, we do want to seem really big, don't we?
Yeah. You won't be seen from the back. But yeah, so I think there's a little background of where we are. I mean, I think we did things a bit different. I think when we were playing music early on, it was we only ever came up with anything good past 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
I think most of our songs on the album, I think I can remember writing, and all of them were in sort of a dark room, lit like this, at about 12 o'clock at night, sort of very, very silently playing electric guitars that weren't plugged in. And I think we used to try writing during the day, but it was just all cap. Really, it just didn't really cut the grade. And I think what separates us is from a lot of people that we were gigging with is we just bought all the stuff with ourselves. Like Richard can mix down anything. Genuinely, the amount of there's a lot of very bad vocals on there on our album, on our mixcraft, that somehow made it into the album and sounded as good as they do. And for those of you who think I can't sing on the album, you should really listen to those mixcrafts beforehand. And I think recording it yourself, to anyone who wants it, I've spoken to a few people who musicians and such, and they've said, "Oh, I'd love to do that." And you know what? For the cost of that's probably about 600 quid.
But yeah, it doesn't have to be that expensive.
For the recording equipment we've been, I think it's about 600 quid. But
I don't think it's that high.
Really?
No.
Oh, there you go then.
I mean, minus like the luxury, sort of like the speakers and the essentials. I reckon you're looking at about 300 quid.
And it's so worth it.
Yeah.
And then just put it out there. Someone contacts us, they want to put it on Spotify, you put it on Spotify and all the others, and a little like fourth wall. Today's the day that we got played first time on the radio.
Yeah, that was an experience.
And yeah, listening to yourself ramble on about how many times you shit a day, it really does show how high you've reached show business, really. But yeah. Just
a heads up, so what we're planning to do in the future with our YouTube channel is we're just going to frequently upload content, fun videos, maybe stuff to do with our music, maybe a few Snapchat. We tried to record a video over the summer to Space Robberies and Rum, which was the single that went out today. And I'm sure there's enough cringy content from there that you can all have a good laugh at us from. But yeah, this isn't something that necessarily like you're going to listen to each time, but just stop back in, see how we're doing, make sure we're still okay. And you can see slowly how show business affects us to the point where in a year's time we're doing cocaine off prostitutes and yeah, just living it large. Yeah. So should we talk about the deal from years later after our album release? Or should we keep that secret?
Maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe we'll tell you next video.
Tune in then. But for now.